Hi everyone, it's Tanis with H&H Sign Supply, and today we are using textile foil. Now generally when customers buy textile foil from us, they are using it with a double-sided heat transfer, like a double-sided adhesive with a heat transfer. Siser sells it. It's called Siser EasyWeed Adhesive. And that's traditionally how we have always promoted it and used it, but there's a few other ways that we like to show to use it. So today we are going to take a wooden bunny and we're going to cover it with textile foil. And if you're not familiar with foil, they come in these 12-inch rolls and they're really thin. We've got more than 50 different colors and patterns. It does not have adhesive on it. It's strictly just a foil, and it's really thin, kind of like rice paper. And so you have to have something for it to bond to, whether it's an adhesive. Also, I'm going to show you another trick where you can print and then apply it to the print. But yeah, we sell these on our site. I provided the link, and if you have questions about ordering, let me know. These come in 12-inch rolls and they are sold in 25-foot lengths. And so today we are just going to cover this wooden bunny with the textile foil. And I'll show you I did a trial run on the back, so this is kind of what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you how to do that using double-sided tape. The tape we're going to use is actually something that we sell on our site called banner tape. Often it's used for like a digital printed banner. It's just a two-sided tape. It's super sticky, but you could probably get something in a craft section and that's not quite as sticky and probably not as expensive. But the other thing we're going to do with the textile foil is this foil is receptive to a laser printer. So you can print with a laser printer and then you can heat apply the foil to the print. And a lot of people use that for card making, or they use it for scrapbooking. But you could print with your laser printer. It's got to be laser and not an inkjet, but you can print with your home laser printer with the black toner ink. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat press the foil on. But most people will take it and run it through like a paper laminator and it will heat apply that foil. So here is one that's printed black. It's probably really hard to see, and this is the one with the foil on it. You probably can see that pretty well. So these are some that I've been kind of testing out. Here's one that I was testing. So I'm going to show you how to do both of those. So let's go ahead and get started. So this bunny, I've probably had it for a really long time. I'm sure that I probably purchased it from a hobby store. I'm gonna take this plastic off right here. And like I said before, I'm gonna use double-sided tape. You can use any kind of tape that you like. I'm sure that there's something that you could get at a hobby store. Let me flip this around so that you guys can see what I'm doing just a little bit easier. Okay, so we have this bunny here, and I've already got my strips of foil cut out there, but I'm going to show you. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but basically it's just a bunch of cut and press is basically what it is. This tape is super sticky, but I'm going to start here where I can kind of get a straight line on the bunny. And we're just going to lay the first layer down. This one I got a little bit too long, and the first one I cut, I got just like a smidge too short. But you basically just want to lay it down and rub it on good And then after we get all of this laid down, we're gonna put these strips on. But yeah, like I said, this is a little bit of a process. So what I probably would recommend doing is maybe painting the surface first, but I didn't take the time to do that. But that way you don't see the brown of the wood. That's what I would probably recommend doing, but I didn't do that. I know you can get much smaller pieces of double-sided tape. This is a 1 inch. Like I said, we sell this on our site, and it's like 55 yards for, I don't know, maybe $14 or something. I'm sure you can find something cheaper. But if, I think they make like double-sided tape dots. You could do dots. You could do, I mean, the possibilities truly aren't endless. But you just need a double-sided, some kind of adhesive. I've also seen where people have used rubber cement, and I tried that and it was an epic fail. I actually planned to do this video last week, and I decided that since I really haven't used glue for this, that I probably need to test it first. And good thing I did, because it was a total disaster. But I've watched videos online of people that have used rubber cement, and they had great success. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I definitely did something wrong. So you could definitely play around with it. Like I said, this textile foil comes in 25-foot rolls, and they're anywhere from like $10 to $14, depending on what you get. I don't know, I'd have to double check the pricing of it. I should have done that. But like the solid colors are less expensive than the holographics. And there's all different colors. You can get, you know, red, pink, blue, black. The holographics are really cool. So we're almost finished here. Okay. So now we've got all of this on, and I'm gonna take a squeegee, and I'm just gonna squeegee it down just to make sure that there's no edges that aren't down good. And I'm going to trim around the edge. First, I'm just gonna do it with scissors. And then I'm gonna go through with a knife, like a sharp knife, and try to get those edges off. Now I'm going to take this sharp knife here and I'm just going to go around the edge. So it's a real pain to trim. Because we've got this double-sided tape, but I was able to do it I think it's gonna be easier with these scissors to trim around the edge. So if you've ever used textile foil, please comment or share a project that you've used it with. I generally see it used with fabric, but there is a scrapbooking group that buys a ton of this textile foil, and they use it for scrapbooking and card making and all kinds of cool different projects. And it really is beautiful stuff, and I don't think it gets used quite enough. People don't know about it, or they're scared to use it. And I like to figure out new ways to use the products that we sell. We've been selling textile foil for quite some time, like for years, and seems to be very popular in the crafting world. This is the most time consuming part, is trimming around the edges here. Okay, so bear with me. All right, so I got just a little bit left to go here, and I'm going to get this trimmed off the edge. The key is to have a really sharp knife. Although this one is sharp, it still is quite difficult to trim. All right, so I almost have it here. I got just this one little spot down here. Okay, so that took long enough. All right, so now all we have to do is lift that top layer of that double-sided tape off and apply these foil strips. So I'm going to take some tweezers, and that way it's going to help me to lift up the edge, but I'm just going to start down here on the bottom. There we go. I'm just going to start with this bottom one, and I'm just going to pick a color. I'm going to start with, I think, this coral color. You basically just lay it down, and I'm going to take this paper towel and just kind of rub across it. And the reason I'm not just using my finger is because if you press hard enough, it really will show your thumbprint or your fingerprint. So I've pressed that down, gave it a little bit of good firm pressure, and then you just basically well, I can't get it to release. There we go. And it leaves that foil behind. And if there's any places that didn't, like right here, you can see, you might be able to see that. Right there, you can see that there's kind of a void place. All you have to do is take your foil and just press down, and it will pick that up. Where there's still glue, you can press it and it will put foil in those voided places. So we're just going to move on to the next one. Kind of hard to lift up. You know how it is getting double-sided tape. That top layer to lift, it can be a challenge. There we go. So just peel that, and then I'm gonna go with the next color. We're just going to rub that down. Now, if you've done this with like rubber cement or some kind of adhesive glue, let me know the trick to it, because I tried it for like 2 days and I was not able to have any success whatsoever. So if you've used textile foil with that, let me know. Now, I'm talking about stuff that I can go and buy at a store, not stuff that is, you know, I have to order online or something like that. I want something that I can go and buy at a store. Well, this one, for some reason, is, I don't think I rubbed it hard enough, but me see if I have any comments. I don't think I really have any comments just yet. The hardest part is trimming around the edges and getting that top layer to release. If you've ever used the textile foil with heat transfer, I would love to see some ideas that you've used that for as well. Anytime you guys want to share projects that you've done with items that we sell, or if you've tried something that we've done in a live video, like you've went and tried it yourself, please share it, because it's interesting to see how everyone's technique is different and the different ideas that you come up with. Because what I do is just an idea. Now, I don't know if you can see real well, but see where there's those voids right here? I'm gonna go back over with some of this foil and I'm just gonna rub it over real good. And then it's gonna fill those voids in. You see where it lifted up on the foil there? It filled those in. So if there's any adhesive left over, you just wanna rub back over if there's any voids, and it will fill that back in. We're almost finished. And then we're gonna move on to the laser printed bunny. Okay, so here is the finished bunny. How cute is that? That is so cute. So we're gonna move on to, let me see if I have any comments right quick. No. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the laser printed bunny. So here is this little fella that I printed just on a plain laser printer, and I'm gonna show you. I am going to heat press this with just my regular heat press. Now you could probably also use a home iron if you want, but a heat press is going to give you a good firm pressure. I have it on 305, and I'm going to do it for like 10 seconds. So let me cut a sheet of this purple off, and it cuts super easy. You just need a pair of, just a regular pair of scissors, and it cuts super easy. So I'm just going to cut a sheet off. I think I have double-sided tape stuck to my scissors. So that's why I'm having a little bit of a struggle here, but I'm just going to tear it the rest of the way because I'm having a little bit difficult situation here with all that stickiness. So I'm just going to lay this foil on top of the bunny, and the paper that I printed on, you can use just your regular home like 20-pound paper, but what I used was 28-pound because it keeps it, the heavier the paper. You could do cardstock also. If your printer would print on cardstock, you could do that as well, but the heavier the paper, the less the paper is going to wrinkle. So I'm just going to press this with a medium to firm pressure for like 10 seconds. And then you can kind of see where the outline of the bunny is. And I'm just going to take that paper towel, or you could do like a microfiber towel, and I'm just going to rub it and then lift it up. And this only stuck to the toner or to the ink of the of that laser print. So now I'm going to take my frame. This is just a frame that I purchased, I don't know, probably at Dollar Tree or something. I'm not sure where I purchased it, but we are just going to trace around You could do anything. One year I did this laser with the foil for teacher appreciation gifts. So I did a saying like, teachers make a difference or something. And so I printed the words on the paper, and then I took the textile foil and heated that on, and then it made that print that metallic look. So this would be really pretty for like table settings, for like receptions or baby shower, or to decorate your walls on your bedroom, like a large print with the foils. Lots of different possibilities. So now I'm just gonna pop this in. I don't even think I'm gonna put the glass in, just because I don't really want the glare of it. But I'm gonna pop this in. So we have two options here. So this one is the laser printed with the foil applied only to the black toner, and then this is double-sided tape on wood. I think they both turned out great, and you could set these up like in your house. You could switch these frames out from season to season. So, does anybody have any questions? Let's see, I'm just trying to make sure that I answer anything while I'm still live here. Yes, Terry, or Betsy, it is super fun. Your possibilities are definitely endless. I think this one turned out so adorable. You could prop this up in your living room, put some Easter eggs around it. And then this little guy here is just the cutest little thing ever, and it adds some character whenever you add that foil to it. Of course, the frame is a holographic, so it is a little bit flashy in this video. But here is one of the bunnies, same bunnies I was doing some testing with the green. I don't think it turned out quite as cute as this purple did, but yes. So the link is above for the textile foil. If you have questions about any other items or products that we use, then just please let us know and we will try to answer that. Is that like regular Scotch double-sided or like a red line tape? This is actually Aura tape, or Aura Bond actually is what it's called. It's double-sided tape for banners. So like digital print banners, there's a whole different, all kinds of different double-sided tapes that Oracal or Orifo does. So I just use this one because that's what we had, and we use it for a lot of different things. Like when we make our GT5 color charts, we use this tape, the double-sided tape, to tape the color strips on to the actual card. So this is what I had, but there's several different brands and types of tape. I would recommend that if you were going to use this to use this method, I wouldn't use something that's so sticky. So like this tape it's not a UHB, which is an ultra high bond for like mounting, but it is a pretty strong, because it whenever you print a banner, you lay it down and then you double it over and then you grommet inside of it. So it does need to be kind of strong, but you don't need a tape this strong to do this method. So I hope that answered your question. So any double-sided tape should probably do, but this is the one that I used and I tested. Anybody else have any other questions? I would be glad to answer. If not, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking through to me trimming around this guy. And unfortunately, that's kind of something that you can't pre-do whenever you're doing a live video. So thank you for sticking around and watching me trim around that bunny, which was kind of painful. So again, thank you everyone. If you have ideas for videos, let us know and we will try to come up with something for you. We supply, you create.